Hello from Bali. This is the podcast Pigeon of Peace where we do discuss some skills of troubleshooters. Watch, listen, and check the description below for the details. Let's talk about controlling and let's start with the definition.
When I was working in Ukraine, it was quite usual. I was getting my job. I was opening new point of sales. I was making some sort of business, and then I was calculated by other people. And when we were going to the board, I was just sitting, and someone else was announcing my success or maybe my failure. So there were some presentations, some graphics, and I was just as a listener. When I moved to Russia, suddenly I found quite a strange situation. I was asked to make a report, and I asked, but how could I? I was developing network. I was accelerating it, and someone else should make calculation. And I was told, yes, but we believe you. And I said, yes, I will do it, but just once. When we try to do our job, we should have controlling, because everyone would say, I am hero. And when we will calculate our bonuses, we will get much more than our shareholder.
And when we speak about controlling, obviously it may have like a different parts, and it also might be have like a different perspectives. So what might be the actors who actually involved in the entire process?
Quite good question. There are a lot of them. Let's enumerate. First, it should be a risk manager. Some actions couldn't be done because they would lead us to some dangerous situation. Second, it could be like audit. Sometime you would be checked by your action, by your document. Next, it could be compliance. They will ask you some additional issues, and you should dig deeper to ask your client what exactly meaning of this project. Then it could be some financial service and maybe some planning department.
I think you actually partially answered to my next question, but I still will try. So if we know who are the actors, what might be the life cycle of the controlling, whether it's, like endless process, or maybe, like it has like a stages or milestones, or just like endless?
Let's go in the field of information security. When we apply controlling, it could be placed anywhere with management, with financial service, and now we'll talk about information security. Okay, we will make controlling of our systems. For example, we will check are all necessary updates are installed, are our roles and our quotas are correctly placed, and then we will wait, for example, 1 week, and we will repeat everything, and maybe we'll find nothing. It should be solved as just usual routine. But after several months, we will make audit. If anything strange was happening, and maybe we will find something in operational system logs. If we will find something, we will make discovery, and we will understand who is involved. And maybe we will make a special commission, and maybe we will punish someone, or maybe we will fire him out. Then we will think, okay, is there any other issues which could be also dangerous for us, and maybe we will install another kind of system, and we will repeat this. Yes, it could be endless. Then let's talk about, for example, financial service. You will send me as your ambassador to another country. Let's talk about Ghana in Africa, and then I would stay there. I would install office, I would develop network, I would hire people, and then you will give me so-called limits of my own decisions. And at first time, it would be like, I don't know, like 1 mio per month, then it would be like 10 mio per month, and then 100 million per year. And if I have such a big authority, sometimes you will think maybe he's stealing something from me. Then you will send some special people, and there is two kinds of control. First, which would be made as a planning, so as the end of period, end of month, end of year, end of quarter. But sometimes you will send those people in advance, and I wouldn't know. They would make like mystery controlling.
And when we look into the controlling as a process for the entire organization, I do believe it's also might be sometimes it like face like a politics or obstacles. And if we try to if we try to like embrace this whole thing, and if you want to deal with the change management and there is like a little resistance or maybe so much resistance, how should we working with it, especially when we trying to maybe step on someone else's territory and there will be try to use different methods to just, like not to let it happen.
You should divide people for two big classes. First, they could be called as dogs, and they quite polite and they obey. And another, it would be like cats. If you will put pressure on them, they will get mad. I don't know how to say, but when you go out with your dog in some countries, you are obliged to use, I don't know how to say, поводок.
Leash.
You should use leash. But if you will use leash for the cats, yes, maybe it's more safe for other people, but everyone would look at you in a very strange way. So, for example, if you have people who develop your coverage in geographical way, you couldn't have a leash because they are like cascadeurs. They make special tricks. They make agreement, and sometimes they step above the line. They're going on the edge. But for example, if you work with bookkeepers, with IT specialists, with some product managers, process managers, they should march in a row.
And then my last question will be how knowing about controlling could help to make this world a better place.
There is saying in English, something like this: people respect what you inspect. And inspection and revision, this is two hand of controlling. Inspection, when you check something right now. Revision, when you review what was happening for some period of time. There is a criminal law in a large bunch of countries, and sometimes people step out of the law and they make some crime, and they are happy that they was not captured. But sometimes, like tax office or some other officials, they start to check papers for 15 or even 20 years. Right now, in the middle of the Moscow, a lot of squares were returned to the city because city started to review privatization auction. Is it okay? Auction, privatization auction, which was held 20 years ago. And it's very strange because, for example, I was first buyer, you are second buyer, and now there is like 10th buyer, and suddenly he was refused from his right because there were нарушения.
Offense.
The offense which was held 20 years ago. So if you want to live a safe life, you should control everything. For example, it was a quite funny case. I was sitting close to head of IT, Alpha Bank Ukraine, like, I don't know, like 15 years ago. His name was Sergey. And we were heading to some meeting, and suddenly his brakes were broken. And the car was still trying to go out of yard of the bank office. And I was sitting, and I was even do not know what to say, and ask him how it could happen. And he told me, I bought a car which was think in Germany. I don't know, is pronounced right? Утопленная машина. Draw car. And after he was out of water, he bought it, and after several months he pressed the brake and suddenly he broke it out.
And we reviewed the skill of controlling and how it could be helpful for you. Stay in peace.